Thank you for choosing Ironside Computers. Today we're going to be doing a video demonstration of order number 813686. We're going to be shipping this computer shortly, but before we do, we're going to be showing you the internals of your computer and that each part is new and undamaged. And we're going to be running a quick stress test to show the computer is fully operational. This video is going to be a little bit longer in form because we wanted to take the video demonstrations to start answering some of your questions about basic components and how you should build your computer overall, and also explain why we do the things we do in our video demonstrations. So to begin this video, we're going to boot the computer up and then take a look inside and show you the parts that you ordered. Taking a look at the outside of your computer, you selected the Cooler Master Storm Stryker. Now this is one of the cases that accepts our level 3 Iron Tundra liquid cooling system. It also has tons of room for lots of customization, and this is a great case overall for build quality and also airflow. Now we're going to boot the computer up and then take a look inside and show you the parts that you ordered. A lot of you were asking why we show the entire boot sequence. It's because we want the customer to see that their computer does go from shutdown to boot up smoothly with no cuts, edits, or any tricks or gimmicks. Please keep in mind that this video is to ensure the customer that they're receiving a fully operational PC. Now that your computer's booted up, let's take a look inside. Now taking a look inside your computer, first thing you'll notice is your level 3 Iron Tundra liquid cooling unit. Now the difference between level 2 and level 3 Iron Tundra is that level 3 is working off of 2 radiators and 2 pumps. So that means that the system is going to be more efficient overall in cooling your components, and this is especially useful if you're going to be doing some heavy overclocking on your components. Now your level 3 Iron Tundra liquid cooling unit is cooling an Intel Core i7 4930K, which is one of Intel's top-of-the-line processors, and it is also cooling an AMD Radeon 7970. For your liquid cooling unit, you did select red kink coils and red tubing. A lot of people ask what kink coils are used for. The benefit of kink coils is that they prevent the tubes from kinking in the system. However, if you do not select them, we will guarantee that your tubes are not going to kink. Another benefit is just for cosmetic reasons. A lot of people like the way they look. Now for RAM, you selected 16 gigabytes of 1600 megahertz, and that is being cooled by dual blue Kingston HyperX memory coolers. For networking, you selected an internal wireless N 300 megabits per second network card, and these have all been installed on an ASUS P9X79 DELUXE motherboard. For lighting, you selected dual red cold cathodes, which has been installed on the top of your computer here. Now the reason they're called cold cathodes is because if you touch them, you can feel that they actually generate almost no heat. And the reason that's beneficial is because the main goal with any computer is keeping heat down, and you don't want any unnecessary heat coming from components that aren't putting any performance into the system. You also selected individually sleeved red cable management. Powering your system is a Kingwin 850 watt power supply. And for storage, you selected a Corsair Neutron GTX 120 gigabyte SSD, along with a secondary 2 terabyte 7200 RPM hard drive. A lot of questions get asked about SSDs. SSDs are beneficial for making the system boot in optimum time. A lot of questions get asked about SSDs, and SSDs are generally beneficial for having extremely high data transfer rates. So that's going to be helpful when booting up your computer, opening programs, transferring files back and forth between hard drives. Now the only downside to SSDs is that they are more pricey than regular hard drives. So what most of our customers opt to do is install a smaller SSD as their primary hard drive, and that's the hard drive which the operating system is going to get installed on, as well as the bulk of their programs. And then get a larger 2 terabyte, 1 terabyte, 500 gigabyte secondary hard drive for which they can store their data, pictures, documents, etc. that you don't really need to see boot fast. Taking a look at the front of the computer, you have your headphone and mic jack, 2 USB 3.0 ports, 2 USB 2.0 ports, your power button, your built-in fan controller. Now you're going to want to use the fan controller you have installed on the bottom there, and your built-in LED switch. Now for your fan controller, you selected the Aerocool V12XT. This is fairly simple to use. Basically, you're going to want to select the fan that you want to speed up or slow down. Press the unlock key, press the number above the RPMs, and then press plus or minus to speed up or slow down the fans. Once you're done, you're going to want to lock the fan again, and then you can move on to the fan that you want to change. Now the order of fans that have been installed in this computer is 1 being closest to the front, 4 being closest to the back. And below that we have your DVD writer. Taking a look at the back of your computer, starting from the top, we have two USB 2.0 ports, PS2, clear CMOS, Republic of Gamers Connect switch, 4 more USB 2.0 ports, eSATA, 2 USB 2.0 ports, your Bluetooth antenna, 4 USB 3.0 ports, Ethernet, eSATA, and your various audio jacks. And below that we have the ports for your graphics card. We have DVI, HDMI, and 2 display ports. And at the very bottom we have the antennas for your wireless card, and the switch for your cathodes in your system. And on top here we also have a dust filter which you can pull out and blow out from there and then reinsert. That's a great feature for keeping your system free of any dust. Taking a look at the desktop, now we're going to be showing you the parts of the computer you couldn't see. First you'll see your 120GB SSD along with your 2TB secondary hard drive. In the system properties, you'll see your Intel Core i7 4930K processor installed on Windows 7 Ultimate with 16GB of RAM. You will see your AMD Radeon 7970. Now we're going to begin the stress test. This test is called Unigine Heaven. It's designed to heavily stress the graphics card as well as the processor. We typically let this test run for up to 8 hours, but for this video we're going to be letting it run for about 2 to 3 minutes just to show your computer is fully operational. One thing I'd also like to mention is you did select both max overclock on your graphics card and your processor. Now in order to see those, you cannot see them on the system properties. You will have to go to your BIOS to see the processor overclock, and you will need to use a tool such as MSI Afterburner to see the graphics card overclock. As you can see, the computer is fully operational and all the components on your computer are working properly. Now we're going to be shutting down the system. And that will conclude this video. Again, if you have any questions, please contact us at customer service@ironsidecomputers.com.